The way the beings moved spooked some of the younger children, and they began to cry and scream. This drew even more attention from the other students nearby. It also drew the attention of the beings. Then the children noticed the being in front of the craft was looking back. And even though its mouth didn't move, the children heard it in their minds. The adults at Ariel School didn't know if the children had seen a UFO and aliens, but they believed they saw something.
I agree that it could be something that we are not common with.
The event happened on a Friday, and over the weekend, some parents were searching the field behind the school looking for physical evidence. They did find some flattened brush, but that could have been caused by anything. When Colin Mackey got to work on Monday morning, his desk was covered with letters and messages from parents demanding to know what terrified their children. Some students were so traumatized, they wouldn't return to school for a few days. A couple of students wouldn't return at all. Colin Mackey knew that he had to get to the bottom of whatever this was. He had to make sense of it, to solve it. But to do that, he would need help.
There were roughly 100 kids in the playground, broad daylight, Ariel School, Rua, Zimbabwe, 1994, and they got within some of them within arm's length of these beings.
But those kids, the way they were talking about it, the way they were drawing it, you're like, wow, it really does seem like something happened to them.
I get goosebumps still to this day after spending over 6 years investigating this case. It just gives me the goosebumps when I see that because you know those kids aren't lying.
In the few days after the loud sound was heard all over Zimbabwe, Cynthia Hind would continue to study witness reports of the supposed meteor shower. Professor Ewan Nesbitt, who worked at the Greenwich Observatory in London, told her that a Russian